everyone, it's Meridy here again. I am here with our seventh process video using the gravel and grit kits. And today I am working with these two pictures of my son. We were visiting the Kennedy space station a couple of years ago, and he just thought it was awesome. The astronaut's bathroom, like that was his most exciting part of the whole thing. So there he is sitting on the astronaut's toilet, and here he is standing in front of the astronaut's shower, I believe. I think that's the shower, yeah. So I have these two pictures to scrapbook of him. I have a couple, I just pulled two little tabs, three little things out of the embellishments, a little label, note, and take note, because I knew there was a lot of things that I'm getting to right now that I'll show you. I have my little color swatch here in case I need it for some cardstock. I have all of these little foam stickers still left. The leftover little bits and pieces that I haven't used this month from the ephemera pack. My sequin mixes. I've got some scraps of paper here. My alphabet, which I might not use on this one. I've got my Tim Holtz stencil. I probably won't use this on this page either, just because it's not really anything to do with a car or tires or anything. I have some cardstock from my stash that I used on other layouts, just those two pieces. And then I used this paper on my layout yesterday, but I kind of like it. It kind of matches. I probably won't use the bugs because there's not really bugs like that in outer space. I have this piece of the Vintage Shippies packaging, but it's cardstock. I kind of like that too, but not really with this plaid. We'll see what happens. I have some more cardstock that I pulled out of my stash that I've been using throughout this month. I've got these stickers that I can use. And then this is the fun stuff. I've got all these outer space chippies that I haven't even gotten into, and this blast off sticker sheet that I haven't even started using this month, and I'm almost done. And then the main paper that I want to use is this Photo Play Later Gator Cool Stars. It's stripes on the back side, but I really like the stars since we're talking about NASA and the Kennedy Space Station and the space shuttle and stuff. So I think the first thing that I'm going to do is pull a couple of these that I want to make sure that I don't forget to use. Like, I'm definitely going to use this astronaut here. And to get these off of the carrier sheet, you just want to use an X-Acto knife and kind of cut a couple times lightly through the little tiny tabs that attach it to the carrier sheet. There's usually about anywhere from 2 to 5 little tabs on each little piece that they just need to be cut through, and then it comes out really easily. Don't try to punch it out by just pushing because it'll break. So I've got that one. I'm gonna get this space shuttle. I'm going to get the moon also. And if I need to, I can come back here and pull some of the little stars out for filler. There's a lot of stars on here, or just different shapes. There's all kinds of goodies. There's all kinds of different astronauts. I didn't have to use this one. And there's also different space shuttles and rocket ships. So there's a lot of options on there. Okay, so those are the 3 embellishments that I'm probably going to use. And then, of course, I've got a whole sticker sheet full of stickers also that I'm definitely going to use. So I'm gonna start by cutting the branding strip off of this star paper, and then kind of trying to figure out how I want the background of my layout to be. I mean, I could, lost my pictures. I could make the whole background just be this star paper maybe put that. Coming off to the side. Maybe a little strip of this paper. I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to cut a 3-inch wide strip from this paper to see if that's even something that I need. And I'm covering up all this with a sticker sheet so I can, because that's kind of where it ends. I don't want it to be too super busy by with this as my background. Let me see here. I'm gonna try getting a piece of white cardstock for my background. And maybe I can just put a strip of this paper somehow behind. You know what, I think I'm gonna do this. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I know I didn't really show you. I'm gonna cut a 4-inch strip of this paper. I'm not gonna use the back, I'm gonna use this side. And this is too thick, I'm gonna change that up too. So I've got a 4-inch strip of my stars. I've got a 3-inch strip of this paper, and I'm going to grab 3.5 inches off of this paper. And somehow I'm going to make this work. I think I want to stagger these slightly. I might even this one on top. I might even want to notch the ends. Maybe I'll just keep them. I'm just trying to debate if I want to overlap them or how I want this to work. I think I'm going to overlap them this way. Okay, I'm gonna go and mat these two pictures on, maybe I should mat them on this since I'm already using it up here. Let me see, what other options do I have? Since I pulled out so much cardstock from my stash, I've got a lot sitting here. Oh, I might like these matted on orange, just to, okay. First I'm gonna mat them on white, and then I'm just gonna give them a thin border matted on white, and then I'm gonna come and give them a thin border matted on this orange. So I'm gonna go off camera to do that right now, get them matted on white and then matted on orange, and I will be right back. Okay guys, I've got these matted, and the thing that I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna notch the ends of these 3 banners. So to do that, I'm gonna measure the width, which is 3.5 inches, or 3 inches, I'm sorry. And then I'm gonna put halfway through, which is 1.5 inches, and just cut a little slit right in the middle at 1.5 inches. And then I'm just gonna trim from the corner to the top of that slit. And I'm gonna do that just like that for all 3 of these sheets of paper. Okay guys, I got these notched, and I wanna put them, I think like this. I'm not too sure of this paper. Let's see. I've got this scrap. It came from what I cut off of there. And I think I might like that one better. So I'm gonna switch it out, and I'm gonna have to notch this one as well. Okay, that looks good to me. Now, I don't want to adhere those down until I get a little feel for what else I'm doing here. I think I need to ink the edges of this one because it's white on white there, and I think I will ink them in the Salty Ocean color. So I'm just gonna grab my little ink and just ink the edges. Just that way it will pop off the white paper, because right now it's really blending. I know some people like to ink like every single piece of paper on their layout. So of course that's always an option too, to ink the other ones as well. It looks really nice. Sometimes I think I'm just too lazy to do that on every single layer. There, that looks nice to me. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and adhere these down so that I can just trim off the ends and really see what this is looking like. Okay, now that I've got those adhered, I can go ahead and trim off that end piece that's hanging off there. All right, this is good. And then I can kind of lay out my pictures now and really see what it looks like without all that overhang there that was throwing me off a little. Okay, so we've got a spaceship, an astronaut, and a moon. I could put my 3 embellishment clusters in those 3 places. Yeah, I like the spaceship down there. I think that will work well. And then I'm gonna build them up with various little embellishments that I have here. I like this take note. I guess I don't need 2 of the words note. Okay. This is where the fun is going to come in for me. I really think that I can use this as kind of like a grounding for this cluster. Lay. That looks pretty good. I like these 3. And then I've got this great little star sticker that I think I just want to put right here. Okay. I'm gonna start adhering these pictures. I think this is where I like them, and I think I'm just gonna build up all of the sticker clusters around what I've got going on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and adhere them. And I'm not putting adhesive all the way up to the edge, because that way I can wedge pieces under, like this little tag. I can wedge them under, and I won't have to pull off the whole picture. And I'm going to alter these wood, these chipboard pieces. I'm just gonna do that at the end. So I'm not quite ready to alter them yet. I guess it really depends on what color everything else is around them. as to what color I make them. Maybe I can call this Stellar Facilities. That would be funny. Or Stellar Bathroom. I like Stellar Facilities. I feel like I like these two. I think this one, might be a little bit lacking. Let's see. Nope. I'm not even sure if I like those 3 little arrows right there. I think I might want to put some planets. Up there. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of these for now. Okay, I think I want to pop the word Stellar up on foam tape. So this is going to take a little while because those letters are really thin. So I'm going to cut some of my foam tape into thin pieces and back this word Stellar so I can get that down. And then I'm going to also adhere down the word Facilities while I'm doing that. So I'm just going to go off camera for a minute to get that all down. Okay, the more I'm looking at this, I almost can't read that word Facilities. So I'm thinking of making a little banner piece on this color paper to kind of go behind it. Let's see if I can show you what I mean. I'm gonna make it 1 inch wide. And I'm going to grab my hexagon punch to notch it. And then I think I want to make it about this long. And then I'll notch this side. Okay, and then I think when I put that underneath the title, I think it will show up a little bit better. I didn't adhere these with extra adhesive or push them down too hard because I wasn't sure how it was going to look. So I can just easily pick them up and re-adhere them onto this, and we'll see how this looks. I'm not even sure if it's gonna look right. So let me get these all on here and then I'll show you what I got. Okay. Oh yeah, that makes it so much easier to read. So I think I'm gonna keep it like that. And then I can just adhere this whole thing down. Because the letters were just getting lost in the patterned paper when I didn't have them backed with this. They were getting lost in the stars. Okie doke. I feel like I still need a little more something on here. So in the meantime, I am going to it's just pretty plain to me. I know I could use some splatter, And I think I want to use black splatter because there's a little bit of black everywhere, but not a lot. And my pictures are pretty dark, so I'm thinking black splatter is what I'm going to use. I like this Space Cadet. I just think I need to pump up these little clusters a little. Okay, maneuvering a little here. I think I might put that there and this underneath here somehow. Yeah, I kind of like that better. It looks a little more balanced now. Let's see what's on here. It's mostly just stars. I don't necessarily need a bunch of little things, I don't think either. Let me see what's over here. Capture the moment. Stay close to people who feel like sunshine. Oh, I've got that little tab. That's nice. That might look nice in here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna cut this one. And I'm gonna put a small section of it right down here. And maybe I can bury this. This is looking a little bit better. It's kind of bringing that black to all the places like I was mentioning that I was thinking about doing with mist. At least this is bringing the black to all 3 areas so your eye doesn't get stuck right there because that's really dark. Okay, now I need to decide what I want to use to alter the chippies and what color I want to make each thing. I do think I want to make the moon yellow. And I want to make the astronaut's outfit white. And I'll make the space shuttle, maybe I should make it blue. So I'm gonna just get ink out. Because I think it's gonna be easiest to use the ink. So I'm gonna get the mustard seed for this one. And I might have to use some white paint for this one, but let's just start with one. So I will get, oh, wrong color. I've got my mustard seed and the moon here. And I'm just gonna get my little blending brush and just color the moon yellow. Okay, that looks pretty nice. Now I do not have a white ink, so I'm going to use white acrylic paint for this. So let me go grab some white acrylic paint. Now some of you may have this because it came in an old Not Just for Boys kit. And I'm also going to use the same kind of brush, obviously not the one that I've already got all dirty. And I'm just going to dab it on. I'm kind of dabbing instead of using brush strokes because when I use brush strokes, it just pulls it off of pieces. So dabbing it is gonna work better for me. And I'm gonna come back in here with a black marker, I think, and try to put some highlights and details on this so it doesn't just look plain white. But I'm gonna have to let it dry first. So I think it's all covered and I can let it dry. And in the meantime, I'm gonna do the space shuttle, and I think I'm gonna alter that to be a light blue with maybe, use a really tiny blending brush. So maybe I can paint the wings white. Let's see, I'm gonna grab a sticky note here to help me mask off some things. I'm gonna paint the wings white, so I'm gonna use that sticky note to cover the wings, and I'll paint the little blasters at the bottom. I'm gonna make them gray. So I just wanna paint this part light blue. Now, the cool thing about these chippies, if this layout was a little more mature looking, like pictures from inside of the Kennedy Space Center, you know, not my kiddo on the toilet, you could totally alter that, like with silvers and really cool things, and make it look actually like the outside of a space shuttle, I believe. That could look really cool. So I'm just gonna paint the wings white. You know, you could make it look like metal, is what I'm saying, the finish of this. It doesn't need to be such primary colors. Okay, and then I am gonna get a gray color. I'm just grabbing Hickory Smoke, and I'm just gonna put it on with the same brush that I already used. So it's just a little dab on those little rocket booster things on the bottom. Okay, there's my little space shuttle. Okay, let me get this cleaned up a little, wait for this paint to dry, and I will be right back. Okay guys, at the rate of messing this up, I'm gonna try to give some little details to this guy. And I think I'm done because I don't wanna mess anything else up, actually. There. Now I'm done, because I really don't want to mess them up, and I don't think I did yet. And this one, I'll give a couple little details to as well. Yeah, I really don't want to screw them up. So that's all that's getting, and then I'm going to adhere those down. I'm going to use Eileen's tacky glue to adhere these down, because they're a little porous. And tacky glue typically works well with things like wood and other porous embellishments, fabric. So I'm going to use this to adhere them down. And then I'll decide if I still need to add any mist splatters here. And I think what I want to do is some kind of little detail edging work with my black pen. I think I'll do my little scribbly things that I do. Let's see, I'm going to add a little bit of mist on here just to give it a little bit of detail. But if you were inspired by this layout, whether it was to create this exact same layout using your gravel and grit kit, or maybe you were just inspired to use your gravel and grit kit in general, not even to copy this, but just to pull it out and use it. Or if you were just inspired to use your stash, well, that didn't make sense. If you were inspired to use your stash to just create any layout, we would love to see it on our Not Just for Boys Kit Club community Facebook group. And I will link that in the description of this video. And at a risk of messing this layout up totally, I'm going to add some splatters. I'm going to add salvaged patina splatters, not black, because I already added those 2 black label tabs, and I think that really pulled the black apart, so I don't feel like I need to add black splatters. You know what? I do want to add a little black. I'm going to make it very controlled, though. I'm going to use black splatter stamps. And what I do have to tell you is, if you've been following Not Just for Boys and ordering from us, you know, for a long time, like since the beginning, you might have this stamp. But many of you have not known about us that long, and you're new or newer, and you don't have this stamp set. But a little birdie told me that you might want to keep your eyes open, especially when we're getting close to International Scrapbook Day. We've got some things planned, and possibly you could see some custom Not Just for Boys stamps in our future. Not making any promises, hint, hint. Paula doesn't know I'm telling you all this yet, so, you know. Just keep your eyes open. Coming up soon here around International Scrapbook Day for some new goodies. Okay, so I got those few, and then I think I want to do a little bit more. Nope, that's just too much. I'll just use this tiny little guy here. I just want to add a couple more splatters in here. Don't know how to go about it. Don't want to get too crazy. And I am going to come in also, though, with the salvaged patina and just add a couple of splatters by hand as well. So I'll show you how I'll do that. Okay, first we're going to want to shake that up really well. Second, you're going to want to cover up things that you don't want to get splatters on. And then third, just add a few splatters. Okay, and these are so amazing because they're so opaque and they have like the mica little powder in them that they show up beautifully on dark paper. Like you can totally see it right on the red. Oop. And you can just see it really well on the colored paper. I think I went a little too crazy with the splatters. That's okay. Okay guys, I think this is the end of this layout. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in a couple days with my 8th process video. Bye-bye.